Greetings, boys and girls. My name is Aridin Kane. Today, we embark on the quest for power armor. As a new player, discovering this powerful gear is a significant milestone in your Fallout journey. In this guide, I'll lead you to numerous locations where you can find power armor, setting you off on an exciting adventure in Fallout 76. All of these power armor locations are conveniently situated in the forest, making them ideal for low-level players. Moreover, you can quickly and safely reach these first 5 locations straight out of Vault 76, giving you a strong start in your power armor hunt. Now that you know what we're doing, let's get started. Our journey begins just outside of Vault 76. The first 5 locations we'll explore, they're recent additions to the game by Bethesda. They not only provide a brief introduction to some of the major factions in the area, but they also hold power armor, eagerly waiting for their new owners. Please note that in this video, each location will have spawned the power armor we seek. There is no guarantee that it will be there every time. There is a bit of RNG to this, and the power armor may not have spawned for you, or someone else may have grabbed it. One final thing to note. Running power armor requires fusion cores. Each set of power armor we find will have a fusion core with it, but it will be severely depleted. I'm working on a video covering fusion cores, which I'll link in the cards above and the description below. For now, know that this guide will give us the power armor, but we'll need to find the cores to power it. With all of that out of the way, let's get to our first location. It's just to the northwest of us at a spot called Settlers Ridge. You should be able to see the icon on your map now. It looks like several small tents. So let's go ahead and fast travel there. Even though it's close, we could just run this way around the vault. We're gonna go ahead and fast travel there. So here we are outside of Settlers Ridge, and you can see straight from the get-go, right at the spawn point, there's our power armor. We like this location, super quick, easy. Let's see what we actually got here. We got the T45 left leg, right leg, torso, and as well as a fusion core. Note that these first 5 locations should be just T45. Some of the other locations we'll get to towards the latter half of the video. Those will be other things, T51, T60, and Raider power armor. So we'll see those later on for sure. So let's get on to our next location, and that is going to be over here to our west in a place called the Coop. It's a Raider camp, but they're not hostile or anything like that. So let's go ahead and fast travel there. So here we are outside of the Coop, another super simple spot to find power armor. We're just gonna head right up that ramp, and then you'll pass this kind of meeting area right here. And then right down here, we'll follow the ramp and take a right, and there is our power armor. We got the T45 helmet, left leg, and torso, as well as fusion core. So again, just a reminder, these first 5 locations are all going to be T45 power armor. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on to our next location, and it's going to be just to the south of us down the road at the Blue Ridge Bunkhouse. Let's go ahead and fast travel there. So here we are outside of the Blue Ridge Bunkhouse, and we're just going to go straight ahead, and you can probably already see the power armor we've got. So right here in the center of the camp is where the power armor station is, with our T45 power armor on it. In this case, we got the helmet, the right arm, and the torso, so that is pretty cool. So now let's move on to our next location. And for this one, we're going to be looking at Forward Station Tango, which again is right here around Vault 76, and it is to the southeast of our current location. So we'll go ahead and fast travel there. So here we are at Forward Station Tango, and when you drop in at the spawn point, it puts you near a guard tower, a crashed vertibird, and a tent on our right hand side. We're going to head between all of that, and you'll see this trailer, and on the far side of the trailer we have a power armor station with power armor. In this case, we got the T45 arm and torso, as well as a fusion core, so that's definitely useful. So our next location is going to be the Gilman lumber mill. It's just to the southeast of our current location, and it is south of Vault 76. So let's go ahead and fast travel there. So here we are outside of the lovely Gilman lumber mill, recently taken over by the Responders. And what we're gonna do is just head right in through their front gate. And then we'll head over towards this break in the wall and then out through the back of the building. And you'll see we've got a power armor station with power armor. So in this case, we got the helmet, the left arm, and the torso, as well as the fusion core. All T45. So this will be the last location where we're kind of restricted to T45 armor. So with that said, let's get on to our next location, and that is going to be the Gorge Junkyard. So the Gorge Junkyard is a workshop located to the northeast of our current location and then east of Vault 76. One of the things to note about a workshop is you can't fast travel there unless you already own and control the workshop. So what we're going to do is we're going to head a little bit north of that at Wilson Brothers Auto Repair. We'll go ahead and fast travel there. So here we are outside of Wilson Brothers Auto Repair, which is just over there. But where we want to go is to our south, and you'll see on the compass we've got the workshop icon there. And the Gorge Junkyard is a workshop, and that's where we're headed. Note that when you get there, you'll be fighting a few low-level robots, some ticks, things like that. Not a big deal for pretty much anybody, but just be aware of that when you get there. So as we arrive here, we'll have a break in the fence, and you'll see the main workshop building right there. But what we want to do is we're going to run towards it, but then kind of hang a left. And then there's a small shack right there, and then next to it is a green trailer. So we're going to head to the back of that trailer. And note that this does require level 3 lockpicking, so it may not be the greatest spot for low-level characters. But let's go ahead and pop this trailer open and see what we got. All kinds of stuff happening there. So we'll pop into the trailer now. And in our situation, we got Raider power armor, which is awesome. We got the helmet, the right arm, and the left arm, as well as a fusion core. So that's pretty cool. This could have also been some of the other types of armor too, T51, T60, I think, as well. So let's go ahead and move on to our next location, and that is going to be right down here at Arktos Pharma. Let's go ahead and fast travel there. So here we are outside of the lovely and beautiful Arktos Pharma. So what we're going to do is run around to the back side of the building, and note you will be fighting some insects and robots and things like that around here. Nothing too crazy, and they're usually spaced out pretty well, so you don't end up fighting a bunch of them all at once. The area that might be a little different is right inside the shipping dock, where you'll find 4 insects, and they're relatively close together. So once we find the shipping dock, which is right here, we're going to head right up these stairs, and there's a nice linear path all the way to where we're going. And so we head up this way, and then you'll see the break in the floor right there. So we'll head up there, and then you can see here we've got a security area. So we're going to go into the terminal and unlock the door, basically. And it requires level 0 hacking skill. So we'll go ahead and pop that open, and we'll open the security door, and then inside the security area there we have a set of T60 power armor. Pretty nice. So we got the right leg, left leg, torso, and the fusion core. This will change up every time, obviously, but for this time this is pretty cool. So our next location is going to be the Morgantown Trainyard. We're going to pop open the map, and it's just a little bit to the north right here. You'll see where we were at the gorge previously. It's just to the east of that. So we'll go ahead and fast travel there. So here we are outside of the Morgantown Trainyard, and we're just going to run straight forward. And keep in mind that you will be fighting Scorched here. but they are generally low level and easily dealt with. So we come up on the side of this building here. Head straight down here. There's a garage there. And then we'll see a ramp right here. Go up that ramp and turn to our left. And there's our power armor. So in this case, we got a set of T51 power armor, which is pretty cool. So let's keep on rolling to our next location, which is going to be very nearby at Mama Dolce's food processing. We'll go ahead and fast travel there. So as you can see, we're right outside of Mama Dolce's. And what we're actually going to do is turn directly around to this two-story barn right behind us. Now, it should be noted that when you go inside, there are a ton of explosives, right? One thing you can do is throw a grenade in there, and that should take care of all of it in one big bang. I'm just going to walk in there so you can kind of see what you're dealing with, because it's kind of impressive. Okay, so we lived through the explosion, and right over there inside the barn is our power armor. So in this case, we got the T60 version. We got the left arm and the torso, as well as the fusion core. So that's pretty awesome. We like that. So our next location is going to be in the northern part of the map. It's a Blood Eagle spot called the Crosshair. Let's go ahead and fast travel there. So here we are outside of the Crosshair, and you can't really see, but there is a Blood Eagle camp right back there. So we're just going to run straight ahead, and you'll start to see the camp. We go straight in. You will be fighting some Blood Eagles. I've already taken them out. And then right here by the guard tower is our power armor. So in this case, we got the T45 helmet, we got the right arm and the right leg, as well as the fusion core, as always. So let's move on to our next location, and that's going to be the Aaronholdt Homestead, and it's just to our southwest. Let's go ahead and fast travel there. So outside the Aaronholdt Homestead, we're going to be fighting a few mongrels, a few insects, things like that. So let's kind of just run through here. And then what we're looking for is those 3 silos right there. And then the garage beneath them. The door is locked. It can be picked. But I'm going to show you a way so you don't have to pick it. Over at this little kind of rundown shack, there is a bathtub with a dead guy in it. And he's got the key. So if we get the key from Lowell, and then we run over here to the barn, we can come over here to the front door and pop that door open. And there is our power armor by the power armor station. In this case, we got T45, the right leg and the torso, and a fusion core, of course. So super easy, don't have to lockpick it, you can get the key. So that'll do it for the Aaronholdt Homestead. Let's go ahead and move on to our next location, and that is going to be up here in the far northwest of the map at the West Virginia Lumber Company. Let's go ahead and fast travel there. So here we are outside of the West Virginia Lumber Company, and what you're going to want to do is run over here to the side where we'll find the main entrance. And there's a quest here relatively early on that if you complete it correctly, you'll be friendly with these guys, so you won't have to fight them. So you just pop open this door, and if you run in here and take a left, you'll see a large 2-story garage right here. And inside this door, we will find a set of power armor. Now, I think there can also be one that spawns here, but I've usually only seen it here. So we got the right arm, the right leg, and the torso, as well as a fusion core. So moving on to our next location, we're going to head right down the river to Point Pleasant. Go ahead and fast travel there. So outside of Point Pleasant, we're just going to run straight across the bridge. And you'll be fighting Mothman cultists here, quite a few of them actually. So once we get across the bridge, we're going to turn to our right a little bit and head right between these two buildings. And then we'll have this doorway here that we'll go through. And then up the stairs of this first house. And then up this ramp. And then right across there, we'll have another set of stairs to go up. And then once at the top, we're going to head towards these little walkways. And if you head across here, we're going to go stealth just to put them off the trail. Come right down here, and you can see our power armor is sitting right there for us. So we'll turn around. And so in this case, we got the T60 helmet, the right arm, and the torso with the fusion core. There are a lot of Mothman cultists to fight here. If you're a stealth build, you can get here with only taking out 2 or 3, but they're not too difficult. So let's move on to our next location. And that is going to be down here to our south at the Silva Homestead. Go ahead and fast travel there. So straight ahead of us, we've got the Silva Homestead. And what we're going to do is just come around the side of the building. And there's the house. But what we want is the barn. And this is a pretty easy location. You'll only be fighting a couple of rad roaches. We've got one right there that's on the wall, another there, and one more there. So let's come around this tractor, and we'll see a power armor station with our power armor. So in this case, we got the T51 right leg, left leg, and torso, as well as a fusion core. So let's just keep on moving down to our next location, which is going to be at the Wade Airport. Now note, we can't fast travel there because it's a workshop. So we're gonna go to the Somerville docks. Fast travel there. So here we are outside the Somerville docks, and what we're going to do is just turn right around and head to our west, and you'll see the workshop icon on the map. And we're going to head towards that in general. Once we get to the top of the hill, though, we're going to veer off and head towards the control tower over there. There's a hangar that is just north of the control tower. That's our target. So we'll go inside the fence here, and there's our control tower. Now note that you will be fighting super mutants, and there's quite a few of them, but they're not too bad. And as we enter the hangar, there's our power armor right there. So in this case, we got the T60 left arm and left leg, as well as a fusion core. Now, Wade Airport is a big place. So there are actually 2 spots we can find power armor. And to get to the second spot, we're going to head right out here to the broken up runway and just head to the south. And then as we progress, we'll see a blue trailer coming up at the end of the runway. There it is. And we're going to head around to the back side of it. And note that this is going to require level 2 lockpicking. There is an explosive inside the trailer, which activates before you even get into the trailer. But we're going to open this level 2 lock. And then inside we have our second set of power armor for the Wade Airport. In this case, we got the Raider helmet, and we also got the Raider torso, as well as a fusion core. So Wade Airport, pretty awesome for power armor, as there are 2 actual locations. So let's move on to our next location. It's going to be Cliff Watch, which is a Blood Eagle camp that's located northeast of where we are now, and then southwest of the top of the world. Let's go ahead and fast travel there now. So here we are outside of Cliff Watch. Now note that this is a Blood Eagle camp, and they are very aggressive. In general, you don't have to fight them if you don't want to, because the power armor that we're looking for is actually outside of their camp. So we're just going to head right here to the northwest side, and you'll see there's our power armor right there. And appropriately, we got the Raider power armor, the helmet, right arm, and left leg. There are many more power armor locations around the map outside of the forest. I'm working on a video right now detailing locations for T51 and T60 power armor, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on those videos. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and hit the like button down below. It really helps me out. It's much appreciated, and I thank you. One last thing before you go. Make sure to check out my latest video. It's over there on the right-hand side of the screen. I hope you have a glorious day. Thanks for watching.